स्वागत करते हैं जी एक और फिर आप सब ਦਾ ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਸੈਗਮੈਂਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਇਸ ਹੈਲਥ ਸੈਗਮੈਂਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੇਰਾ ਸਾਥ ਦੇਣਗੇ ਐਂਟੋਨੀਨਾ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਇੱਕ ਸਰਟੀਫਾਈਡ ਨਿਊਟ੍ਰੀਸ਼ਨਲ ਪ੍ਰੈਕਟੀਸ਼ਨਰ ਨੇ। ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਚਲੇਗੀ ਆਇਓਡਾਈਨ ਦੇ ਕੀ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਸ ਹੈ, ਕਿਉਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਲੈਣੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੈ, ਕੀ ਨਾ ਲਈਏ ਤਾਂ ਕੀ ਇਸ ਦੇ ਨੁਕਸਾਨ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਕੀ ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਐਡਵਾਂਟੇजेस ਲੈ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਸਵਾਗਤ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਐਂਟੋਨੀਨਾ ਦਾ। Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Thank you. So today let's focus on iodine as such. You know, basically why is it important for our body, and if we are not getting enough from our foods what we have, should we take supplements? Has any research been done? So tell us a little bit about that.
Thank you. I love the subject of iodine. We are very deficient as a nation. Dr. Brownstein, one of probably the leading doctors, he wrote one of the books is Iodine, Why We Need It, Why We Can't Live Without It. So I highly recommend this book. People can also find him on YouTube. He does a lot of seminars. He tested with his co-workers, he tested about over 6,000 people. 96 to 97% of people are severely deficient. And then it usually works in conjunction with people being toxic and certain other elements that are displacing iodine. So we don't have enough iodine in our diet today because of what we've done to our soil, into our environment. So we don't get enough iodine in our diet. And then we take a lot of other competing chemicals that are not allowing that little iodine that we do get sometimes, not allowing that to absorb and properly take the place it needs to. And of course, if we don't have enough iodine, we can't properly produce hormones. Could be anything from adrenal hormones to sexual hormones to all the different hormones in our body. And if we don't produce enough good hormones in the body, our glandular imbalances and cancers and all the other problems start arising from that.
So generally the food what we take, which food has iodine inside?
A lot of foods are supposed to, of course, the cleaner the food, the fresher the food. A lot of sea vegetation has a lot of iodine. Things like prunes and cranberries have iodine, if of course they're organic and properly harvested. So sea kelp, I would use more of like a sea vegetables. So the big problem with seafood today is that we have iodine and we could get all these other things, but we're also getting a lot of heavy metals, which are displacing it. So the problem is the pollution. So sea vegetables, if properly raised, if without chemical and tested for heavy metals, those could be very helpful in treating the iodine deficiencies with food. And then of course a lot of people supplement today because a lot of people are severely deficient. So anybody you see with glandular imbalances and issues, cystic breast, thyroid dysfunction, we have a lot of autoimmune conditions today, a lot of thyroid autoimmune conditions, Hashimoto's and everything else, people that have severe digestive issues. If people have congested toxic liver, they will not properly produce bile, the bile won't assimilate iodine. So there is this whole chain of reaction that takes place when people are not properly consuming enough, and then even if they do, they can't properly assimilate it, digest it, and then the body suffers from the lack of it. And pretty much every cell needs iodine, so it's very important.
It's essential, that's what you're saying. So when you talk about supplements, so what are the symptoms first of all? How do you realize, does your body feel weakness, or you're not functioning at your optimum level? So how can a common person come to realize that the iodine level is less?
So it's a natural, really, really good antifungal, antiviral, antiseptic element. So it makes it for a really, really good element that prevents actually strengthen the immune system. That is definitely fantastic for all of our, as I mentioned, for all of our hormones. You cannot be healthy without having healthy hormones. So it's just very, very tied in. And then some of the symptoms is fatigue, lack of energy, mental fog, constantly getting sick, having improper absorption and all the other elements. So thyroid dysfunction, improper digestive dysfunctions of different kinds, or again, there is a chain reaction in which again the iodine is very important in participating in. So because of improper hormonal balancing, then we have metabolism issues, and then metabolic issues lead with all the other problems.
The thyroid issues are also related with iodine?
Absolutely. And so in the medical world, a lot of times there's a lot of confusion about iodine. And in the medical world, they actually teach that iodine or overconsumption of iodine can actually cause thyroid dysfunction and issues. And a lot of the times it's the opposite. So it has to be properly. Of course, you want to work with a proper medical authority or complementary physician who will help you address deficiency properly, who can test for it correctly, who could properly put you on the right dose, and then make sure that there is no other cross-reacting elements that you're consuming, because there are some drugs that also will deplete iodine because of other chemicals that are in those drugs, like bromine and everything else. And the big problem that actually we have in today's world is about 50 years, I can't remember the exact date, 50 years ago is where we started. We used to put iodine in our breads, into all of our a lot of our foods.
Extra.
So we used to add that because people used to add that goiter was a big problem. So we used to iodize our salt and iodize our bread. And then they decided to misplace and replace iodine with bromide. And so now when we consume bromide as highly toxic, and in the past they used to be used in hospital to sedate people. Today we use so much of that in our food and our bread, so people that consume a lot of breads, pasta, cereals and things like that, people that consume a lot of that, they also consume a lot of bromide, which then takes up the receptor side, the receptor side for the, instead of iodine going into where it's supposed to, bromide occupies that place, blocking the iodine absorption. So even if you are to eat fresh food that's going to have iodine, the bromide is going to take the place of it. So we have a lot of chemicals, and bromide is one of them, that takes the place where iodine is needed and tricks the body. So a lot of us are very deficient. And the big problem, what I see, cancers. Cancers are huge iodine deficiency. Usually people with cancers are deficient in vitamin D, a lot of antioxidants, and definitely iodine. So especially glandular cancers. So anything from prostate, ovarian, breast, and things like that. So
that's due to lack of iodine.
Absolutely.
So what are the supplements available basically? Like do you have some pills like we have for other supplements, or these are liquids which you have to absorb?
There are pills, there are liquids, it can be topically, or there are tests that can be topically done. So there are like the very popular is a Lugol solution, a certain percentage Lugol solution. And again, every different person will need different potentially different types of iodine, but I would say different dosages, because again, when people start taking iodine, they might start detoxing. They will start detoxing bromide, fluoride, and chloride. So if persons start taking iodine and start detoxing that, we have to make sure that it's done gently. Usually not that big of a problem, but it has to be done under supervision. So iodine can be taken as a Lugol solution. That's what people probably mostly aware of or heard of. And then I right now work with and take nascent iodine. Nascent iodine is atomically suspended iodine. Seems to be easier to absorb. Doesn't require conversion. So I actually have quite good results with it in practice. And finally, are there any tests which one can go to a laboratory and get it done to check your iodine level? Absolutely. People can check their go to your medical doctor, ask for iodine. I actually have to take a look at. I don't remember the name of the tests,
but
and I don't know.
It's available. You can go to your doctor and ask and recommend.
Exactly.
Wonderful. It was a pleasure talking to you. Thank you for your time.
My pleasure.
ਅੱਜ ਜੋ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕੀਤੀ ਉਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਐਂਟੋਨੀਨਾ ਨੇ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਕਿ ਆਇਓਡਾਈਨ ਜੋ ਹੈ ਇਸ ਦੀ ਕੀ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਸ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ। ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਖਾਣਾ ਖਾਂਦੇ ਸੀ ਉਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਘੱਟ ਫਰਟੀਲਾਈਜ਼ਰਸ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਸੀ, ਉਹ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਰੀਰ ਨੂੰ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਆਇਓਡੀਨ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਸੀ ਉਹ ਮਿਲਦਾ ਸੀ। ਪਰ ਹੁਣ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਈਵਨ ਸਾਡਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਾਲਟ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਸੀ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਆਇਓਡਾਈਜ਼ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਸੀ, ਲੇਕਿਨ ਬਾਅਦ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਸ ਨੂੰ ਬ੍ਰੋਮਾਈਡ ਨਾਲ ਜੋ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਇਸਤੇਮਾਲ ਕਰਨਾ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ, ਜਿਸ ਕਾਰਨ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਰੀਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਆਇਓਡੀਨ ਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਮਾਤਰਾ ਹੈਗੀ ਉਹ ਘਟ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ। ਇਸ ਨਾਲ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਬਿਮਾਰੀਆਂ ਵੀ ਲੱਗ ਸਕਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ, ਕੈਂਸਰ ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ। ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਇਲਾਵਾ ਹੋਰ ਸਰੀਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਮੀਆਂ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਨੇ, ਥਕਾਵਟ ਮਹਿਸੂਸ ਕਰਨੀ ਜਾਂ ਪੂਰਾ ਸਹੀ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਡਾਈਜੈਸਟਿਵ ਸਿਸਟਮ ਨਾ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਨਾ। ਸੋ ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਆਇਓਡਾਈਨ ਦਾ ਸਹੀ ਲੈਵਲ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੋਣਾ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਰੀਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਹੈ। ਹੁਣ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਫਰੂਟਸ ਵੈਜੀਟੇਬਲਸ ਅਸੀਂ ਖਾ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਉਹ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਪੂਰੇ ਆਇਓਡੀਨ ਲੈਵਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੇ ਰਹੇ, ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਸਪਲੀਮੈਂਟਸ ਰਾਹੀਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਪਲੀਮੈਂਟ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਆਇਓਡੀਨ ਦਾ ਲੈਵਲ, ਅਤੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਕੋਲ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਸ ਟੈਸਟ ਦਾ ਲਿਖਵਾ ਕੇ ਲੈਬੋਰਟਰੀ ਤੋਂ ਚੈੱਕ ਵੀ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ, ਅਤੇ ਜੇਕਰ ਘੱਟ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਇਸ ਲਈ ਸਪਲੀਮੈਂਟੇਸ਼ਨ ਰਾਹੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਠੀਕ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ।